Wow. Well, I said the events are changing very fast, very rapidly at the moment, and they are changing dramatically. The numbers for viewing of the unpacking have gone through the roof now. They're up in the 520 odd, 25,000 plus now. It's like nearly 2,000 on today alone. Finally, the great Dr. Saran decides to block me. Interesting. Just when I'm about to come back. Or meant to be. Or probably. But anyway. I'm very, what's the word? Annoyed, peeved. I'm not being spiteful. I'm not going to be spiteful. I'm just going to be very, very truthful. I mean, I have never tried to put Thailand in a bad light. I have never tried to put Dr. Saran in a bad light before in a major way. I have had problems and I've tried to get him to address them. And, you know, and I've been very, very fair. I mean, come on, it's been 12 months now and I haven't gone really, really bad. I might have one or two moments where I've expressed my displeasure, but that's about it. But, you know, all good things come to an end. And as from today, it seems that he has chosen to end our friendship totally in every facet of the way you could call it. What I mean by that is, well, we haven't spoken for many months, has it been, because he chooses to not honour his agreement post-operative for his operations, for his failed breast implant operation, which has taken nearly 11 months to correct and remove. You know, and that's just it, you know, he failed to honour his agreement. 60-day post-op, he would refuse me to go back to Thailand for him to correct the problems, help correct the problems, or remove the breast implants. And since then, he's just failed to talk or communicate or honour his agreement post-operative care. That's it. Basically, that comes to the gist of the situation. You know, that's disgusting. That's unprofessional. It's in my eyes, it's unethical. And anyone I've ever spoken to or speaks about the matter believes the same thing, and it's, you know, it's really, really bad. And it's extremely bad because it puts Thailand in a bad light. I mean, I love, don't get me wrong, I love Thailand, and I have strong belief in Thailand surgeons and their cosmetic procedures. I don't want to put them in a bad light, but how do I say, one bad apple spoils a whole great bunch, and I'm not a bad apple, so don't get down that track for straight away. But the bad apple is showing. I mean, you're going to do operations, you're going to honour your post-operative care, and you should honour it to the best of your abilities in every way you can. And he hasn't. Simple as that. He hasn't honoured his post-operative agreement. Now, basically, this is really the second time he's done this, in a sense, that something has gone wrong. Not something small. Please, let's get this very, very correct. When I had my operation 2013, January 6th, the one you've seen the video of the unpacking, the medical unpacking post-operative, that is in a very emotional time for me, and I was overwhelmed with that because I wanted that for so long. And emotions can overwhelm people, and not that they blind you, but they push you or persuade you to act in a certain way because your emotions are like that. My post-operative problems I had in 2013, to be precise, in detail was, let's go from it. In Thailand, post-operative, before I'd left Thailand in the, say, 15 days post-operative, I had one rupture, where I split my fatty vagina in half, basically. I had 3 stitches breakdown of the outer labia. So that's just in Thailand alone. That's before I had even left the country. Right, this is 2013, so don't get disillusioned here. Keep on track. When I came back to Australia, within 30 days, right, we're in 2013, we're talking about the vagina. within 30 days, I had developed 2 hematomas. What is a hematoma? Well, a hematoma, the easiest way of describing what a hematoma is a pocket of blood, plasma, and pus. That's the only way to describe what it is, because that's what it is. Because it's got pus in it, and you know. And I'm going to show these photos. I'm not going to show it in this video. I'm going to show you before Friday. I'm going to release a video. I'm sorry, but I am. And they're not nice. So let's get it straight, really clear here. If you're going to have a plan to have GRS, SRS, sexual reassignment surgery, you probably don't want to watch this video, the next one, which is going to be uploaded. Alright? Just pre-warning you. Alright? So we've got 2 hematomas, 30-day post-op in 2013 after the SRS, the sexual reassignment surgery. One is basically external. It looks like I'm actually growing a testicle on the outside of it next to my vagina, on the outer labia. The other one was internal, and I didn't even know about it. The doctor didn't even know about it. From the ER, they didn't. So, I, in the hospital, I come home to grab some gear, because they said that we need you admitted. You can't, you know, you've got to be admitted straight away. We can't do anything. You can't just pop it and clear it. You need to go to an operating table. So I came home. I got in my driveway, and it popped. And I mean, it was a huge bloody mess. It's disgusting. It's a great huge open cavity next to my vagina. Sorry for the graphic nature of this, but hey, you know, I did say I was going to be quite straightforward about this. On the operating table, they discovered I had a number 1, which was on the right-hand side, and that was internal. That one was, they said, was within hours of rupturing. If they had ruptured, I would have had toxic septicemia of my torso area, and I probably wouldn't have seen it the next day. So, 2 operations. January 2013, the operation had those problems, and it took conservatively over 6 months, where Dr. Anna Lejenko, my gynecologist here in South Australia, who is situated in the Calvary Hospital, under the Calvary Hospital umbrella here at Central District Pro, she rebuilt me in the Lime McEwen Hospital, in the Women's Health Board there, and she did a very marvellous job. I mean, to have what I have now, and in the quality I have, to what it went through and what it had gone through, absolutely amazing. You'll see in a photo, you'll be, I'm telling you, I'm not joking. Seriously, girls, transgender girls, if you're thinking of having GRS, you don't want to watch the next video. I'm not joking, alright? So, I forgive 2013, thinking, you know, it was a problem, maybe it was my body, maybe it was a fat on my, you know, on my pelvic bone which caused this problem, maybe it was the long flight coming home, you know, maybe. So you really couldn't put it down to one thing. I didn't want to say it was his, because I'm like emotional still. I'm still like rad. I've got my vagina. I've waited 47 years for this shit. Sorry, 49 in those days. So, come June 2015, I decided I would go back to Thailand, and I would go back to him, because he's been very good to me for the last 3 years, nearly, you know, or 2.5 years. He kept great conversations, great communications, viewing numbers of the video. The unpacking's going through. He's telling me everybody's coming in surgery saying they've seen these videos. Well, great. I'm happy to have seen these videos. And I was happy that everyone was going to see him, and he was getting, you know, lots of work, and girls were coming away happy. But, you know, yeah. You know, and I'm still happy if people see the video. I mean, you know, it is an event. It is what happens for our procedure. I've got to be clear. I don't hate him. You know, you've got to... You know, people say, oh, you should hate him or whatever. You should be really... I don't hate him. I don't hate him. Hate is the wrong word. I'm disappointed. That's what I am. It's not hate. It's disappointment. It's disappointment that, you know, you hold someone so high in high regard for something, and, you know, you allow for so much and forgive, and then they come along and basically bite you in the ass. I mean, that's how I look at June 2015, was a bite me in the ass. I got given my breast once. My breast implants were given to me, and the Botox was given to me, and they were both given to me by Dr. Sram. And I was like off over the planet. I was going through the moon, like fantastic. But you know what you give in goodness comes back to you. I thought, wow, it really does happen. These stories aren't an illusion. These are real. And I was over the moon. I get the breast, as you probably would have seen in some of the videos and photographs. I'm ecstatic. That ecstatic lasts for about probably 60 days, in a sense, because on my breast, my left breast went like crazy. It was a 500ml implant, and it was an E-cup breast when they were put in. This breast went up to probably a double G or a G. It was massive, bright red. Over the course of 6 to 7 months, that breast throbbed and hurt like crazy. It made me bedridden at the time. It had pus pissing out of it twice, out of the side of it. I was on 9 different courses of antibiotics. I was on a PICC line with an infusion pump, which is a tube, plastic tube which goes through your vein in here and sits up into your chest and has a pump on the end of it and pumps medicine 24 hours a day for 40 days. I went through hell. I mean, they had to really rush to get the left one out because it had gone that bad that it had attacked caused infections in my chest area, and I had battled, so my body didn't even recognise it as an infection anymore, and it was attacking my left lung. It was disgusting. It got really, really bad. So they removed that, but they didn't remove the right one because they believed the right one was okay. But I knew from all the research and all the doctors I had gone through prior to that in the first few months of having the problems in 2015, because I had to go and search to get my own help from the plastic surgeon, that he told me there was fluid already on the right breast, and it may be right, but it's not right. And that ended up, from between June and April 29, between January the 3rd and April 29th, the right breast went off its head. It started to swell, it started to hurt. So I had another round of hospital stays, another round of ultrasounds. This time I had needle extractions with ultrasound. They used a 20 gauge needle and they stuck it in. And they removed the first time 190 mils. And then they said, oh, that should be right. Maybe it's just to build up the fluid. Because it, that's what they believed. And they chucked me on a bit of IVs. And the amount of IVs I've had in the last 11 months has virtually collapsed my veins on my forearms. I used to have huge veins. I used to have grown veins. But they've been thrashed from the amount of antibiotics going through them. So the first time they removed 190, and then approximately 2.5 weeks later, they had to remove another, a week and a half later, had to remove another 220 mils from the same breast, which was the right one, which still had I still had the right implant in at the time. And that was it, there's no way I was going to battle this. It had to come out, and, and the plastic surgeon who was the registrar, strongly believed the same thing, that there's no way that I was going to get my health back. Why these implants were in my body? They both had to come out, and I had to start from scratch. Well, we're now June the 15th, and I'm feeling a lot better, a lot stronger. Not so many problems with arm pains. Oh God, the side effects I've gone through the last 12 months has been ridiculous. I mean, if someone had warned me or told me that these are what could happen to me over the 12 months, right, having those breasts, the likelihood is happening, I would have thought very, probably second time having the breast implants. You know, there's no way. There's just no way. If I knew that having day surgery, having breast implants under day surgery was going to give me the problem I had over this period of time, there is no way on this earth that I would have proceeded. No way, period. Alright? Whether they were free or not. And so we've covered the points. They were major, 12 months nearly of fixing this problem. They were a free gift. Now, why do you give them to me for free? You know that puzzled me at first. I mean, yeah, but then he used the grand line that, you know, you're a close friend, you're a good friend, you know, this is my gift to you. Well, hey, if I was your good friend, then why the hell did you desert me? Then why the hell did you not honour your word of post-operative care? And why the hell did you give me a gift which was going to give me so many problems? Because that's all I've had. I've had major, major problems. And now, you know, he has chosen to cut every form of contact. I mean, fair enough. He has not communicated with me for many, many months, even though he's been on Facebook, and I have made constant updates that he has known what everything was going on. And only in the last 48 hours, or 24 hours, has he decided to block me finally from Facebook. Well, to me, that's just basically saying, you don't want any more contact with me, you don't want any more friendship, you don't want me to honour anything or any way or any form. Well, it's fine, you don't want me to, I'm not going to honour any more agreements with you. And this is my way of just clearing the books. And clearing the books will happen by Friday. I will release a complete photo library of all medical problems and events in chronological order of my SRS problems from Dr. Sren, and also what had to be done to repair from Dr. Sren's post-operative SRS, and also the post-operative and all photographs of post-operative the breast as they went through the swelling, the scarring, the pus, and also the removal scars. You know, so you know, I don't want to scare people off from Thailand. Don't get scared from Thailand. I mean, you know, there's cause one bad surgeon, one bad doctor, and that's exactly what it is when someone doesn't honour their agreements and not honour what they've done, and then especially in this manner, turn you away from going to Thailand, because there is still, you know, great. You know, what's really hurtful and disgusting is I held this guy in high regard. I thought he was a great person. I thought he had great, huge honour, and there's no way on this earth did I ever thought he would do this to me. You know, and you know, he has reaped thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars from these videos in the past. He may not from probably the last probably the last 8 months worth of videos. He might not, because they're coming to a different light. But all the ones before, and they're still up and running, and I'm not going to take them down. But that doesn't mean, you know, I can't change the past, so why remove the videos? That's being spiteful. I'm not being spiteful, I'm just being honest, and I'm just being truthful. You know, they were happy events, he did help me, but he has broken agreements. He has, in my eyes, not honoured his word. His operations have affected my body. They have been in a plus, but also in a negative. So let's be fair. I mean, you know, I can't say they weren't a plus, because, hey, I've got my vagina and I'm bloody grateful for that. Believe me. But I got a lot of problems out of it. And my breast implants, I'm sad I haven't got them now, because it did add more to my femininity and my shape. But hey, they were problematic and they were going to kill me, and they were doing so slowly, bit by bit. I mean, I couldn't even wear my rings. My fingers were swelling up. My feet were cracking like crazy because they kept swelling and decreasing and everything. It was an endless amount of problems and side effects. I'm not being mean, I'm just being truthful. These things should not have happened. Dr. Saran should have honoured his agreement. I mean, hey, if he'd said, come back, Gabby, it's okay. You know, I'll take it, come back when you said you were going to come back in August 2015. And we'll fix the problem. And, you know, you're going to be upset or you're going to be hurt, but we need to remove them. You know, 6-day post-op, 90-day post, that would have been great. That would have not been great, that's the wrong word. It would have been an acceptable thing. You know, it would have been an acceptable event which just would have been, you know, shit happens. But to do the opposite and not honour your agreement, refuse me to come back, and then pull me through all of this, what I have gone through in the last 11 months. I'm sorry, that's not fair. That's not honourable. That is disgusting, and, you know, it's just wrong. And, you know, people need to know. You know, you're asking girls to come and put their faith in you. You're asking other Western girls to come and get operations from you, or, you know, or, not asking, accepting other Western, that's the word used, accepting other Western girls from Australia, America, Thailand, or whatever, or any of the girls for operating. You're expecting them not to know the truth. I'm sorry, it doesn't happen. They have to know the truth. You know. So, I think I've been quite fair, and I think I've been quite honourable and quite clear of what has gone wrong. And it is sad that a friendship has ended in this way. You know, there was no financial agreements in it, and there was no obligation other than for me to help and care and help others, and which I have done so, and which I continually to do so. Whether it be clients from him or clients from other doctors or whatever, but I still help them. But, you know, he hasn't honoured his agreement. You might have known if you didn't know, well, you do now, and it's not acceptable. And it's not fair. So why should we put up with it? Why should I put up with it? What are you meant to do? You know, why do people want to push you to the limits? Why do people just want to, you know, why can't they just do the right thing? It's simple. It's easy. But, oh well. Take the other way, we take the other way, and we fight it. I mean, hey, I've never knocked a challenger. So, again, I'll recap. If you are planning to have GRSSRS, do not watch the next video. Alright? It is going to be extremely graphic, and it may turn you away from doing it. I know it definitely turned you away from going to see Dr. Saran. Have a great day. Love you all. Be good, be safe, be happy. It's a shame. Such a beautiful thing gets destroyed.